What's good, y'all? Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Turbo King back with another video. And today, as y'all can see by the title, I'm gonna be speaking about life is what you make it. You know, um, I understand that we all have different starting points. In our lives. You might have started differently than your neighbor, your friend, or even your own sibling. It might have been a different starting point. But at the end of the day, life is what you make it. You have to understand that, especially when we were children, a lot of things that happen in your life is not your fault. Pretty much, I would say majority of almost everything, especially as a kid, is not your fault. You know, um, some people don't have a lot of knowledge, wisdom, understanding. A lot of people went through trials and tribulations because of other people, because of our ancestors, because of our family members. So there's a lot of things that we're gonna deal with that we don't have no control over, and it's difficult because we always think like, dang, our parents, like, why didn't our parents teach us this? Why didn't our parents teach us that? But, you know, a lot of times because they didn't have the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding. They didn't know any better, so there was no way that they can teach us better. But at the end of the day, you're your own person. And you can't dwell on the past. You can't dwell on the mistakes. You can't dwell on the things that happened inside of your childhood. You are responsible for your own life, regardless of what scenario, circumstance, outcome that you was brought into. You're responsible for your own self. You can't go on life, live life, and saying, why did this happen to me? This pity mindset, this woe it's me mindset. You're responsible for your own self, and you have the choice. You have a decision to make. What am I gonna do with these circumstances that was put onto me? You know, how I look at it is, there was a specific reason why this happened to you. Now, you may not understand it. You may not have the wisdom to understand what I'm saying. But look at it is like, there's a specific reason why this happened to you, why that happened to you. It may not have been the best of circumstances. Maybe you lost your parents. Maybe you didn't have a mother or a father. Maybe something tragic happened to you. Maybe you lost a loved one. You have to realize that everything is for a reason. Everything has its purpose in life. So if these things happen to you, especially when you were a child, it happened for a reason. It may not even have nothing to do with you, or it may do, but God is very purposeful. God is very calculated. Everything has its purpose, and you have to understand. You have to have understanding. This is where wisdom comes in at. And I love wisdom because wisdom got me into this place to where I have understanding about the things that I've been through, the things that the trials and tribulations that I overcame, and I see differently now. So you have to look at it like, okay, this happened to me, but there's a reason this happened to me. There's a story that's being told. There's a story that's being unraveled in my life. You know, Maybe this happened to me because, okay, let's say if you were a person that lost your loved ones, or you didn't have siblings that cared about you, whatever the case is. Maybe that happened to you so you can help other people, so you can be a vessel to help other kids when you grow up. That's just an example. But everything has its purpose, and you have to understand that, and that only comes with wisdom, seeking the Most High, seeking God. Get understanding, and don't dwell on the past, don't dwell on the mistakes that other people have made, because a lot of times our parents are not perfect. They have our own things. They have their own things going on, and they just don't have the wisdom themselves. So you just have to have understanding and wisdom to be able to even get to that level of understanding your life. You know, but after you get past that point, then you start to see things for what it really is. Then you start to see, okay, well, this happened to me, so now I must do this. Now I must do that. Now I must change this about myself. And you have to understand that, like I said, life is what you make it. Everything I'm speaking on, it goes back into life is what you make it. because you can turn a different route. You can say, oh, well, it's me. Well, so I'm gonna just be a terrible person. I'm gonna just not do anything in life. Um, I didn't have the same hand that other people was dealt. So I'm gonna just suffer. It's over with. My life is over. You can have that mindset, or you can have a different mindset. You know what? I've been through these things. I don't want my children to go through this. I don't want to suffer for the rest of my life. So I'm a become better. I'm gonna become a better version of myself. You know. So it's all about a choice. It's all about a mindset. It's all about life is what you make it. It's not what nobody else make it. It's what you make it. Because you're an adult longer than you're a child. So, you can choose to do wrong or you can choose to do right. Especially, but if you have the spirit of God, you have the spirit of Christ. Wrong, I won't say wrong is not in you, but it's not in your heart to do wrong. So we must seek God daily in his righteousness, and God will help you with any and everything that you're going through, with everything that you're facing. But you have a decision to make each and every day. Who am I going to choose today? This is what I wrote something on a piece of paper, and I put it in my room. I'm like, who are you going to choose today? You're going to choose God, or you're going to choose Satan. Everything is a life is a choice. Everything is critical. So you have to make a decision each and every day. What am I going to do today? This life that I'm living is what I decide to do. If I decide to BS and be lackadaisical and not do what I'm supposed to be doing, this is what the consequences and repercussions of what I'm going to do. Do things today to help you with tomorrow. It's all about planning. It's all about executing. Life is everything that you make it. I'm going to keep saying that because that's really true. If you want to gain 10 pounds, you can't gain 10 pounds and not eat. You have to wake up and say, I'm going to eat protein. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to create a plan. I'm going to do these things today. So in the future, I'm going to be at the goal weight that I want to be in. But it's all about the choices and decisions you make each and every day. So we have to be disciplined. We have to understand that in this life, nobody's coming to save you, bro. Especially as men, nobody's coming to save you. The only person that can help you and save you is the Most High, Yahweh, El Shaddai, Jesus Christ. That's the only people that can save you, that can help you. But no human being is going to help you and save you. You may have people here and there, but don't expect people to reach out their hand, because you have to understand people are going through their own things in their own life. So they don't have time to think about you when they can't even think about themselves, or they need to think about themselves. So life is what you make it. You see people that's millionaires and you be scrolling on Instagram and saying, well, dang, how did they become like this? It's because of the choices and decisions that they made. You can make the same choices and decisions. You do realize that, right? You can become very successful. All you have to do is, because majority of people, they have a plan. They have a vision. They just don't want to do it. They don't want to take the steps to do it. So everything that you want in life, you can do it. You can achieve it. Just continue to work. Continue to strive. Continue to become a better version of yourself each and every day. What can I improve on? What can I do to make me better? To make me a better individual? Don't procrastinate. Because procrastination is gonna make it take longer. So just understand that, man. Everything has its purpose. Life is all about the choices and decisions that you're gonna make each and every day. Just try to become better. Become more Christ-like, Jesus-like. And everything is in due season. If you continue to do those things, if you continue to take those steps, in due season, you'll reap a harvest. You're going to see the results. You're going to see things start to fall in line. So just keep your head up and just understand that life is what you make it. Life is not what nobody else throws at you. Understand that the devil works and he's very tricky, but understand that nothing is impossible with the Most High. Just keep focused. Just keep discipline, and live a righteous life, and understand that without God, if God is for you, who could be against you? So just continue to strive and become better, man. Like I said, I love y'all. I hope y'all having a good day. I'm coming towards the end of the video, so make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all follow me on Instagram at Keem2times. Follow me on TikTok, Keem2times. And I just want y'all to become better. I love y'all. Hope y'all have a blessed day. See y'all in the next video. I'm out. Peace.